everyone, it's me, Slenderman 2024. That's right, I'm back again. I'm sure you all thought I'd given up. I hadn't posted anything in over 3 weeks? Oh no, that's because I'm on hiatus. I'm not done. I'm back. Oh yes, everyone loved the farting book review, so I thought I'd do another book review. That hack, that fraud, SlenderBoy, he acts like he reads a lot. He doesn't read jack shit. I know, the last book he probably finished was Captain Underpants. No, he hasn't read A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin, my favorite book. Yes, I want to share it with you all. I'm going to review it for you right now. It's kind of long. Oh wow, it's a lot of pages, over 1,000 pages. Okay, well, we'll start with chapter 1 and we'll see how far we get. But yes, the mysterious George R.R. Martin. What does the R stand for? Is it Ruby Rose, Rubik's Rod, Red Ranger? Oh, I bet it's Red Ranger. It's probably Red Ranger. But yes, an alternate title would be Down and Dirty with Daenerys. Yes, I've heard Mr. Martin's books get very sexy times all around. It's a very sexy book review. Especially since Dance with Dragons is another word for penis! Yes, you thought I was done. You thought I was done playing the penis game. I'm never done playing the penis game. Not since we started with the princesses and the penis. No, we're always playing the penis game. Anyway, let's begin. A little map of the South. Yes, another map. Dance with Dragons, Book 5 of Song of Ice and Fire. Yes. Cavil Chronology. Yes, Beyond the Wall. Yes. Lots of maps. Oh, more maps. Even more maps. Okay, here we go. Dance with Dragons again. Here we go. Prologue. Is that how you say it? Answer in the comments below. Tell me how to pronounce words. I don't know. Prologue. Luckily, I have my knife bookmark ready to give it one little stab. Okay, my little knife bookmark will be right there in case I need it. Anyway, the night was rank with the smell of man. Ooh, giggity. The warg. What's a warg? I don't know what that is. I'm already confused. Is that like a wolf man? Anyway, let's go on. The warg stopped beneath a tree and sniffed, his gray-brown fur dappled by shadow. A sigh of piney wind brought the man scent to him, over fainter smells that spoke of fox and hare, seal and stag, even wolf. Oh, there we go, that's a wolf. Those were man smells too. Ooh, giggity. The warg knew the stink of old skins, dead and sour, near drowned beneath the stronger sense of smoke and blood and rot. Only man stripped the skins from other beasts and wore their hides and hair. Wargs have no fear of man as wolves do. Hate and hunger coiled in his belly, and he gave a low growl, calling to his one-eyed brother, to his small sly sister. As he raced through the trees, his backbeats followed hard on his heels. They had caught the scent as well. As he ran, he saw through their eyes too, and glimpsed himself ahead. The breath of the pack puffed warm and white from long gray jaws. Ice had frozen between their paws, hard as stone, but the hunt was on now, the prey ahead. Flesh, the warg thought. Meat. Oh, meat, giggity. Meat's another word for penis! A man alone was a feeble thing, big and strong with good sharp eyes, but dull of ear and deaf to smells. Deer and elk and even hares were faster, bears and boars fiercer in a fight, but men in packs were dangerous. Yes, very dangerous. As the wolves closed on the prey, the warg heard the wailing of a pup, the crust of last night's snow breaking under the clumsy man-paws, the rattle of hard skins, and the long grey claws men carried. Swords, a voice inside him whispered. Spears. The trees had grown icy teeth, snarling down from the bare brown branches. One Eye, I guess it's his name, One Eye ripped through the undergrowth, spraying snow. His packmates followed, up a hill and down the slope beyond, until the wood opened before them, and the men were there. One was female. Ooh, giggity. The fur-wrapped bundle she clutched was her pup. Leave her for last, the voice whispered. The males were the danger. They were roaring at each other, as men did, but the warg could smell their terror. One had a wooden tooth as tall as he was. He flung it, but his hand was shaking and the tooth sailed high. He's throwing teeth. That's interesting. Then the pack was on them. His one-eyed brother knocked the tooth thrower back into a snowdrift and tore his throat out as he struggled. His sister slipped behind the other male and took him from the rear. Oh, took him from the rear. Giggity. What's going on there? His sister slipped behind the other male and took him from the rear. That left the female and her pup for him. She had a tooth too, a little one made of bone, but she dropped it when the warg's jaws closed around her leg. As she fell, oh, this book's pretty heavy, oh my goodness. over 1,000 pages. As she fell, she wrapped both arms around her noisy pup. Underneath her furs, the female was just skin and bones, but her dugs were full of like milk duds, but her dugs were full of milk. Giggity. The sweetest meat was on the pup. The wolf saved the choicest parts for his brother. All around the carcasses, the frozen snow turned pink and red as the pack filled its bellies. Leagues away, in a one-room hut of mud and straw, with a thatched roof and a smoke hole, and a floor of hard-packed earth, Varamir shivered and coughed and licked his lips. His eyes were red, his lips cracked, his throat dry and parched, but the taste of blood and fat filled his mouth, even as his swollen belly cried for nourishment. A child's flesh, he thought, remembering Bump. Human meat. Had he sunk so low as to hunger after human meat? He could almost hear Hagen growling at him. Men may eat the flesh of beasts and beasts the flesh of men, but the man who eats the flesh of man is an abomination. Abomination. That had always been Hagen's favorite word. Abomination, abomination, abomination. Just like Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. To eat of human meat was abomination. To meet as wolf with wolf was abomination. And to seize the body of another man was the worst abomination of all. Hagen was weak, afraid of his own power. He died weeping and alone when I ripped the second life from him. Varamir had devoured his heart himself. He taught me much and more, and the last thing I learned from him was the taste of human flesh. That was as a wolf, though. He had never eaten the meat of men with human teeth. He would not grudge his pack at their feast, however. The wolves were as famished as he was, gaunt and cold and hungry, and the prey, 2 men and a woman, a babe in my arms, fleeing from defeat to death. They would have perished soon in any case, from exposure or starvation. This way was better, quicker, a mercy. A mercy, he said aloud. His throat was raw, but it felt good to hear a human voice, even his own. The air smelled of mold and damp. The ground was cold and hard. Oh, giggity, cold and hard. And his fire was giving off more smoke than heat. He moved as close to the flames as he dared, coughing and shivering by turns, his side throbbing where his wound had opened. Blood had soaked his breeches to the knee and dried into a hard brown crust. Thistle had warned him that might happen. I sewed it up the best I could, she'd said, but you need to rest and let it mend, or the flesh will tear open again. Thistle had been the last of his companions, a spear-wife tough as an old root, warty, wind-burnt and wrinkled. The others had deserted them along the way. One by one they fell behind or forged ahead, making for their old villages, or the Milkwater, or Hardhome, or lonely death in the woods. You know, I'm just realizing this knife bookmark is actually a very good reading tool. I used to use my finger word by word, but this is much better. This is much better, and I can give it the page a little slice, a little stab whenever I want to. Yes, I love this thing. I love this. I love it. The knife bookmark. I love it. Where was I? One by one they fell behind or forged ahead, making for their old villages, or the Milkwater, or Hardhome, or lonely death in the woods. Varamir did not know and could not care. I should have taken one of them when I had the chance, one of the twins, or the big man with the scarred face, or the youth with the red hair. He had been afraid, though. One of the others might have realized what was happening. I don't even know what's happening. What is happening? Then they would have turned on him and killed him, and Hagen's words had haunted him, and so the chance had passed. After the battle, there had been thousands of them struggling through the forest, hungry, frightened, fleeing the carnage that had descended on them at the wall. Some had talked of returning to the homes that they'd abandoned, others of mounting a second assault upon the gate, but most were lost, with no notion of where to go or what to do. They had escaped the black-cloaked crows and the knights in their grey steel, but more relentless enemies stalked them by now. Every day left more corpses by the trails. Some died of hunger, some of cold, some of sickness. Others were slain by those who had been their brothers in arms when they marched south with Mance Raider, the king beyond the wall. Mance is fallen. The survivors told each other in despairing voices, Mance is taken, Mance is dead. Harma's dead and Mance is captured. The rest ran off and left us. Thistle had claimed as she was sewing up his wound. Tormund, the Weeper, Sixskins, all them brave raiders. Where are they now? Where are they now? She does not know me, Varamir realized, and why should she? Without his beasts, he did not look like a great man. I was Varamir Sixskins, who broke bread with Mance Raider. He had named himself Varamir when he was 10, a name fit for a lord, a name for songs, a mighty name and fearsome. Yet he had run with from the crows like a frightened rabbit. The terrible Lord Varamir had gone craven, but he could not bear that she should know that, so he told the spearwife that his name was Hagen. Afterward he wondered why that name had come to his lips. Of all the names, of all those he might have chosen, I ate his heart and drank his blood, and still he haunts me. Wow, this is a really long book. I I just wanted to read the prologue, but even it just keeps going, and I'm already losing my voice. I don't understand. How the hell do people do these audiobooks? They read the whole freaking book from start to finish. How do you not lose your voice? Oh my god, I gotta cut it here. I'm gonna put my knife bookmark right here for next time. Yeah, Dance with Dragons by George Martin. Yeah, I mean, kind of a slow start. I don't really know what the warg is. Maybe you should have explained that. I don't know. I think you could be a little funnier. I was really hoping Varamir might bust out a fart now and then, like blow a little fart, just to lighten the mood, you know, the tone. Yeah, I heard that there was lots of sex, like lots of sexy times in these Martin books, but not yet. I mean, come on, man. You gonna make me read past the prologue? Where's Daenerys? I want some sexy times. I want to dance with Daenerys. So yeah, this is like a 5 out of 10. It's kind of boring. I couldn't really finish it. But if you're ever in the mood for a little high fantasy adventure with Daenerys Targaryen, give this a try.